3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys?
Beginners. These are beginners. They're making rookie mistakes.
Amateur.
Eish. Joe, one more time. From the top.
Come on, man. I didn't even say action. She's like, what's up, guys? Oh, okay, you ready?
Wait.
One more time.
Okay, we're good.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Action.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast episode. You guys know the first 2 episodes y'all didn't get it. So
What? We were on point.
no, you weren't.
Another
No.
podcast. Welcome to another It's another episode. No. Come on, dog. It's the same podcast.
Fine, third time's the charm.
No, it's too late. Too late now. Now people are listening. Come on, dog. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode of PS. Episode number
5.
brought to you by
Joe.
proudly brought to you by Joanne, by Joe Lucy, Farij Matthew. Do you like Matthew or Joffrey? Brought to you by Joe Lucy, Farij Joffrey, and Hamisam Dare.
Yeah.
Yo,
Your favorite people.
ever.
Someone butchered our intro, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's
You
okay.
guys know they butchered the first 2.
We'll
They
give you-
can't.
We'll give you the next episode to
Since
I'm going to get it.
had an entire week to prepare, Joe.
Joe. There's no
I will get
excuses.
it one day.
Anyway,
Maybe on the 50th episode. I'll
sure.
probably get it.
that'll be bad. This is how you get fired from the podcast.
You can't fire me. I'm the life of the party. Oh, you guys, by the way, I was asked for each last week. I was like, oh, is there, well, the week before, if there was like someone, like what the feedback on me being on the podcast was. And he said that there's one person that actually enjoyed me being on the podcast. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah,
Is this true?
Yeah, I think so.
You told me
Someone
this.
said. You said
I asked
Farij.
you. No, sorry, I said, sorry, Hamis.
That's why I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I think so.
No,
Sorry, Hamis.
my friend Lauren said she likes you, like she's met you before, and so she saw the story on Instagram, and she was like, "Oh, I really like her." So what that means is she hasn't listened to the podcast, but she likes you.
Well, Lauren, you should listen to the podcast because it's actually nice when I'm in it.
You
Compare
know?
the second episode and the third one, and you see it's much better with me in it.
Anyway, guys, welcome to episode number 5. What did you want to say?
I actually remember there's something that we were given feedback on. I was actually supposed to say this last week, but I forgot. It was about
guy.
Arsenal fans.
This guy.
Hey, man. Hey.
Uh-huh.
Someone told me, and I don't want to mention any names, gotta protect these people. But someone said Arsenal fans are worse than Man United fans, actually. We are like Chagas, Man United fans. Sifa, but rightfully so. And there are the Zaramos. Waswahili na wapashkuna. Waswahili na wapashkuna sana. I miss your help there. And they're all over people's businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't from me.
Shout out to you, anonymous person. Thank you for that beautiful comment.
That's actually very accurate, though.
Yeah, Arsenal fans suck.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
If you're an Arsenal fan and you're listening to this, please continue listening to our podcast.
Oh man,
we sort of actually know you guys. I love you guys. I don't know what they're talking about.
Of course you do.
Of course you do. Losers.
Chelsea mentality.
I will not talk crap about you.
Anyway,
Yo.
Miss, go ahead, man. What's going on?
I've been watching some dope movies. I told you. I watched Oppenheimer. I hadn't watched that movie. I watched it today.
That came out months ago, but okay.
Yeah, so
Actually, I haven't seen it either.
I'm the type of person that doesn't watch a movie just because it's hype. Like I'll watch it when I
Literally
feel like
me.
watching it. So
Literally me.
I watched it today. I was impressed, man. It's actually a dope movie. I watched Dune Part 1. Not the new one, not Part 2, Part 1. It's dope, man.
Now you haven't seen the second one. Trust me, it's way better.
I'm debating if I should go see it at the cinema,
Go
or
to
if
the
I should
cinemas. Go to
download
the
it because
cinemas.
I like to
Just download it.
download.
No, go to the cinemas, guys. If you are also thinking about going to watch the second Dune, go to the cinemas.
No, dog, we are download people.
Go to
Joe,
the cinemas.
Download.
Download. Why should we go to the cinema?
Why you waste money when you can get it for free?
This is the Chaga in her speaking. But go ahead.
The experience. Some things you just need to go and experience.
This
is one of them.
Some things.
What do you need to go experience?
can
You're watching it with other people.
You can experience this at home, dog. Like in the comfort of your home. You can pause and go pee and come back.
Exactly. And you can go grab a snack.
No, but you can't.
not have to.
No, this is what shows me that you guys are not movie people. Because movie people, they wanna feel that the loud speakers. You know.
We have
You
speakers
can have
at home.
loudspeakers at home.
Do you not have speakers at home?
Not loudspeakers.
That's probably why. That's why.
I'm sorry, all of you have home theater systems. I'm sorry.
Dude, you don't even need a home
I
theater.
didn't know you had an LG.
You don't even need a home theater, like just a proper Bluetooth speaker. Set that thing to the highest volume possible and watch that movie. Dog, I was watching Oppenheimer. Hey, the speaker was on fire. I didn't even know my speaker could speak like that. My speaker was giving me sound effects I've never heard from it. Yo! But that was a dope movie. Oppenheimer, Dune Part 1. I don't know. I'll see how the balance in my bank account says if I should download or if I should go to the cinema.
This guy works in Masaki and is talking this.
I know.
He's telling
Hey,
us all-
hey.
Stop trying to be
Yes.
humble. Okay, stop trying to be humble.
You guys, he works at
Focus on your life.
if you
Don't say
let
my
me
word. Don't say my word. I watched 2 movies and I'm feeling like it's the movie season for me. Like there's a time in my life where I love watching movies and then I get over that phase and I want to watch series. And then I get over that phase and I watch anime.
And then after that phase?
I go back to movies.
No, I thought that was a fifth.
No. It's just series, movies, anime. Music is in there every day.
Always.
But
For me, it's
like,
just series and sometimes movies, but music is also it.
you should watch Oppenheimer.
See, the
should
thing is, the
watch-
problem is that's not my genre.
What's your genre?
But it's a good movie.
Can you guess?
Animation?
No.
Drama.
Romance?
Rom-coms. Mostly.
Typical.
Why romance though?
I don't know. I just love love.
Please, that sounds so corny.
It's not a very Tanzanian thing
I
to
just
say.
love love.
I love
You
seeing
have
people in love.
not been
and
heartbroken.
It's not a Tanzanian thing to say.
Character development is waiting.
actually,
for you.
now thinking about it, like literally even with what you call it, with my ex, like I wasn't that heartbroken
This is why.
because I already left that relationship even before we
Kids.
broke up.
Kids.
But she's a warrior, this one.
Anyway, you should watch those 2 movies I just recommended.
I'll go out of my
Dope-
comfort zone.
Dope movies, man.
for once.
Dope movies. But besides movies, what is the topic for today, ladies and gentlemen?
The employment life.
Specifically in Tanzania, or
Specifically in Tanzania, you can talk about it. I haven't been employed in
Have you-
that many countries.
Have you been employed outside of Tanzania?
no.
Then
No,
why-
it's just the thing is, I was saying that like, are we making like employment life in general, or
Nah,
like are we
just-
just specifying like
Just in
our?
Tanzania. You know, we are not like our politicians. We start with fixing our own problems at home first, and then we go to our neighboring countries. Over to you, Hannes.
And that's the end of our podcast.
Thank you for listening, guys. Hopefully, none of us go to lock up after this episode. Yo,
If you guys find out that we're in jail,
The thing is, they can't fire me. Fire me.
hey man. No, the employment life. I don't know what. So okay, what exactly are we looking at when you say the employment life?
how to get employed in Tanzania?
Number
Because
one.
that I can talk about that.
How to get employed? Okay, number 2,
Number 2, what are the pros?
pros of being employed
Yeah, and what are the cons? Because you're gaining money, yeah, but at the
Pros
same time you're
and
losing
cons.
a lot of time.
Okay.
And also,
That's so deep.
the big
Hey,
thing,
that's deep, man. You're gaining money.
And you're losing a
You're
lot of
losing a
time.
lot of time.
and the big thing, which is the last, the people that you work with.
How to work with Tanzanians,
Yeah, and that work life
the local
balance.
ones who have no
Hey.
exposure.
Okay, that's very good.
This episode, guys, feels like it's attacking.
Specific people.
It's giving violence.
No, because healing is needed. You know, from what
And
Joe is
speaking
saying,
about
healing
it-
is needed. You know, some people just hate other people who they work with, man.
Okay, so out of
Okay, hate is a strong word. Dislike.
Dislike.
And wish it is. No,
the
it's
same
not.
thing.
Hate is a strong word.
Dislike.
That's what I was taught growing up. Like,
no,
hate's a strong
dislike
word.
and hate are not the same thing.
The same thing.
They're
No.
not.
Listen, guys, I have a theory. When it comes to the English language, as long as there's two words, it's not the same thing. If it was the same thing, it would have been the one word.
Like, love and like is not the same thing.
Exactly.
Think about it.
So, what were you saying, Joanne?
What was I saying?
I don't know. One of you was saying.
We were just
something.
noting down like what we'll go through. Of course, the first one being the time you lose, but the money you gain.
Let's start with that. That sounds like
I was starting with how you get employed in Tanzania. I think that's a great place to start.
No, we're not here trying to promote anyone.
I was gonna say if you don't get employed, don't.
Especially for free.
Exactly.
For free.
Okay, say what you wanted to say, and then we can talk about what I think is really important. He said some profound stuff right there.
No, for me, like, I don't know, getting employed in Tanzania is, again, it's not easy because one, it's either, actually not even either, it's more that you only get a job because of people you know. So either you know the people in that company, or you know people that know people in that company, or you know people that work in that area. So getting a job here and trying to look for one, it's not like you're gonna go somewhere and be like, oh, I mean, you could like apply for a place and they give you the job, but that's very low because again, there's also other people that are applying for the same job you're applying for. So like the chances of them choosing you is very low. But if you know someone that works in that company, or even if you know the person that's also hiring, it's easier because they know you better, and so they're like, okay, there's a higher chance for me to get that job.
Okay, so you're promoting corruption on the episode.
You guys are being honest.
Because I imagine that's not only in Tanzania, though.
Yeah.
I imagine that happens.
I've only had experience with that in Tanzania, so even if it's other places, I've not had experience.
I
with
mean,
that.
for sure, because what else?
And
do
this
you
is why
think?
I'm self-employed. Anyways, well, not self-employed, but I don't work for other people. That, yeah. Continue.
She's talking with her hands a lot now.
And I don't know what she's saying.
You can hear the jingling and jangling
Yeah, but
of the bass.
This is why we need to do visual.
Anyway, I was saying, I imagine that's a thing that happens the world over. Obviously, if you know people, it's going to be easier for you. You should know people. You need to know people. Finding a job is always going to be hard. The amount of people that graduate and have all the right qualifications, and then maybe 1 or 2 or 3 openings for that job, of course, a huge number of people are going to be left out.
Yeah, man. It's like Beyonce becoming single out of nowhere. Come on, man. What are the odds?
Okay.
Are you even putting an application? I mean, come on, man. It's those jobs you just look at and you're like, hey, CRDB. Okay, let's just put this.
No, but how did we get? How did we get from
No, go ahead.
work life to Beyonce?
No, I'm just giving an example of like opportunities that can arise, but you know.
Opportunities of him to get with Beyonce when she's single.
Exactly. It's an opportunity, but I'm not saying it's going to happen. You see, that's what we're trying to say. I was just trying to.
Okay, this is what happens when comedians try to sound profound. Sometimes we get it right. Sometimes we
It just doesn't
just
work
don't
out.
get it. Yeah.
land.
But the thing that you said earlier is what struck me the most. The fact that you said when you're employed, you gain money, but you lose time.
Lose time.
What does that mean? Can you just break that down?
I had this experience because I've been working for 3 years now, right? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even feel like 3 years. Like when I remember when I started working, I was like, I'm gonna work for a few years, get experience, and then do something else, and then do something else. But then now I have the experience of 3 years, and then even when I go and pitch it, or even when I tell people, I don't even feel like the 3 years have been concrete. You know, like you don't even feel like you've progressing is not the right word.
You've been underachieving.
Underachieving, yes, it feels like an underachievement as well to what you could have done. Let's say if you did something else for yourself in those 3 years. You see, like it's a very strange thing to balance. That's why you'll find people who are doing like side hustles at the same time that they're working, just trying to maximize that time.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand you. I did not understand what you just said. I'm trying to understand when you say you've been working for 3 years,
Yeah.
but you feel like you've been underachieving. Underachieving at work, is that what you're talking about, or
No,
underachieving?
in the sense of what I could have maximized with my time. Like, man, you ever how many times I sit and think
Apart
about
from work, because work is you maximizing your time.
no
What are
apart
you
from
saying?
work, apart
Okay,
from work, of
so-
course.
So you should say you feel like it's important to be doing something else. That's what you're trying
It's
to say.
always important with this,
Apart from the main job.
Oh, 100%.
especially if it's something that's building you. You have to.
100%.
So in the 3 years, you don't think you've had something else on the side that's actually paid off.
No, I have
What is it?
comedy.
And then what if you've been underachieving?
No, I've been underachieving because I haven't been able. You know how many other jokes? Do you know how many jokes I could have written if I was unemployed for those 3 years?
So you're talking about completely killing off
Like
the day
completely
job.
killing off because
This guy is
That's what
not.
I'm trying to say.
This guy is not completing his sentences. Finish it. This guy.
Hey, English man.
Hey man, this
English is hard.
guy is busy beating about the bush. He's like, you know, when a priest, you know, when you ask, hey, but Joanne goes to church.
John, come on.
You know, when you ask the priest a question from the Bible,
Yeah.
and the priest maybe doesn't know the answer, but won't admit that he doesn't know
I
the
actually
answer.
don't like that. I'm like, dude, if you don't know the answer, just say so.
Just say, yeah.
Literally.
You ask him about Genesis 1 verse 1, and he tells you, in the book of Revelations.
You're like, bro.
No, my guy, where are you going with this? Anyway, now, just say again, in the right words, what you've been trying to say from the beginning.
It takes away your time.
Being employed takes away your time.
Yes, because you can't maximize yourself on a daily.
No, but what if you want to be employed? That's what you want to focus on. How can you say it takes away your time?
Then that's on you. Like, if you want to be employed,
If you
then
want to do that, then that's on you. But people have like different aspirations. The people who are getting their first jobs, no one gets their first job and they're like, "Hey, this is the job that I want to spend like the next."
and if that's you, you're lying to yourself.
No, guys, listen. There's people that study for something and work for that thing. And you cannot tell me those people are wasting their time or taking away that. That's where they want
Please
to
tell me how many people. Actually, let's start with that. Tell me how many people their first job, or even like the current job now, they studied for it. Well, not okay. Most people, okay. First of all, even they studied for it, because Nakuta, like some people, what they studied is completely different from what they do, which sometimes is a good thing because then you're actually doing what you love. But then ask them, are you happy? Do you actually like that job?
Okay, so for the first part, I'm one of those people. I'm working for what I studied for. So I'm here, living proof. Next question.
But here's the thing: you're working, but that's not what you want to do full time.
Yeah, but that's another topic. That's a whole other conversation.
But it's still that means that, because I'm talking about like someone like, okay, this is what I want as my career, and they get it as the first job.
Well, I don't know. I haven't done that research.
Yeah.
I understand there is a good amount of people who don't immediately get the job that they studied for. They end up working in other fields, and they actually even
Trying to
end
get
up-
money like on the side to like sort of.
not even like on the side. Like someone actually
yeah.
studied for hospitality but gets a job in a totally different field. Like that's a thing. Apart from
That's different. Okay, that part I actually put it in the wrong way. It's more of you study for something, you get your first job, and you're actually happy saying, okay, yeah, I studied for. Because there's also another thing that some people don't study for what they actually want, and also we're humans, we change our minds. So like you come to like, let's say, oh, I want to study this, and then you're like, yeah, I want to do this as a career, and then you come, let's say you're doing college for 4 or 5 years. There's a high chance in 4 or 5 years you won't want to do what you said you wanted to do 5 years ago. So there's a likely chance you're like, okay, I actually don't want to do this as a career, and now you have a whole degree with a career you don't want to even go into.
But now you have to remember, like, this is where the entire Tanzanian part needs to be spoken about, because most of us Tanzanians, we just want to stay above water. So we don't have that option.
We're working for a living, not working.
Yeah, exactly.
to-
We don't have that option, kusema, oh, this is my first job, I can't do this, and that. Or even that entire thing that I was saying, kwamba, you're working and you're wasting your time, you can maximize yourself. It's not something a lot of Tanzanians can say because they're like, yo, man, I have to feed myself and my family. So this entire thing is kind of like for the bougie people and not for like the regulars.
I'm not understanding you guys today, but anyway, I hope
We understand each other. That's all that
I
matters.
hope because you
Two
guys said
against
we're
one.
gonna talk about employment life now. You niggas are talking about other side hustles and stuff.
That's still employment.
Employment life is supposed to be it's a job. Let's talk about the people in the job, their hustles, the struggles, the pros, the cons, the salaries, the working conditions, the working environment, the working hours. That's the stuff I thought we were. Now you people are talking about other things. Me, I don't understand. Anyway,
Wait, I know this is last minute, but I have like a friend that I was gonna ask if we can call if she even answers. Who used to actually first even work, I think, for the government. See, the one that I told you works for insurance, and now she actually quit her job and she's unemployed and she's actually looking.
you want to call her now?
I wanted to call her to see if she'll answer.
No, we can't call her now.
Yes.
No, we can't.
we can.
Why are we calling her? What do you want to ask her?
Just to tell her just her insight on being employment, on even her finding a job, and
Did she find a job already?
she's still looking for jobs.
So what?
But it's the same thing though.
She quit her job
Yeah.
and now she's looking for a job.
As in, like, in a different field, though, because she obviously is a content creator, and she's probably going to listen to this and be like, why didn't you call me?
What job is she looking for?
Content creation. So she does the whole social media stuff.
No, that's fine. That's okay.
Not very Tanzanian though.
Yeah, I thought she's telling me she quit a job in that field and is looking for a job in the same field. I'll be like, them.
No, she quit her job as, like, but it's the same thing, though, because she was once employed and only doing that to get money and to, like, feed herself.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's like, I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Like, that's a different topic in my opinion. You guys are talking about people who are actually pursuing dreams.
We're talking about employment.
We're talking about employment life. So that's why I said, okay, I thought we were going to talk about
showing up early to work.
showing up early, working hours, working conditions.
This is what happens when you don't figure out what it is before
When you don't brief the team on, actually, you guys. You guys came up with the topic and then now you're the ones confusing me. So what are we talking about here?
Okay, what are we talking
Are we
about?
talking about people who are not happy with their jobs and trying to find things that are actually good for them, like apart from what they studied and all that? Or are we talking about proper employment life?
Proper 9 to 5. Let's go through it.
But no, okay, let's
Let's go
do
through
that.
it. Let's
Now,
start.
Joanne, we understand you've never had a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
We can
And I'm happy with that.
we can-
I can share my side of not having a 9 to 5.
no, we can give you a break on this podcast.
You should see her
Because
face.
apparently they don't want my perspective on not working a 9 to 5.
Oh,
But
man.
okay.
No.
Because I work at 9 to 5 twice a week, so it's basically the same thing.
No, it's not. It's not the same
What the
thing.
hell are you talking? That's not an employment life.
Hey, I'm getting money, aren't I?
Oh, you are?
I am,
You
obviously.
never told us this.
I'm getting. You think I'll do this job for free?
Can you take us out for dinner after this?
Can I? Yes. Do I want to know?
He insists to get some deal.
And she's on our podcast, but
she's- yeah.
okay, cool.
This is the second time. This is the second time we've come to our place, man. You know.
Anyway,
Just
Do you guys want water?
this woman has never
You want water?
anything in this building.
You
Anyway,
want snacks?
no, back to the topic.
so we start
I don't
off
have.
with being late to work. Right?
You're asking?
I'm asking. That's where we're starting off. Because if this is like a regular employment thing,
Or we should just do opinions on like a whole 9 to 5 job thing first.
a what?
What we think about
Okay, let
9
me
to 5
leave this
jobs.
discussion because you people are not serious today. Alright. Employment life, whether in Tanzania or wherever you're listening to, listening from, basically, we're talking about a 9 to 5. And in my opinion, I think I have had the most experience working in different areas between the three of us. And I don't think I've had like one job that I would say I really enjoyed or really love and I would be able to do for the next 5 years. If I had to choose, I'd be like, choose one, no. But I personally think that the biggest problem when it comes to employment life is the working environment. And I can't speak for everyone because everyone has different experiences. I've had some people that I've spoken to who are like, they're actually happy with their work life. Like in the office, everything is cool. But when I say working environment, I feel like a lot of us have issues when it comes to the people we work with and the conditions that we work under. So that means working hours and, hey, being asked to go beyond 8 hours or 9 hours is a very common
It's a very common
experience, if I say so.
Even working on Saturdays.
Ish, this guy that hates working on Saturdays.
Yeah. Man. Most of my jobs might end up working on Saturdays.
It's not fun because then you don't feel like
It doesn't feel, you burn out very easily.
you do, and then you're like, now my social life, I can't socialize with people.
That's not a problem, but it's like,
In the hospitality industry, though, we are expected to work on Saturdays.
but you don't.
I don't for this current position that I work.
It's yeah.
But in hospitality, you are expected to be there on a weekend. Dog, your off day can be during the week. It's better if it's during the week. Saturday, Sunday, you should be in the office because, that's when we're expecting guests and stuff. So I work in the hospitality industry. That's what I studied for at the National College of Tourism.
NCT.
NCT. Is it National College of Tourism? Yes. And it's been how long? Probably 4 years now in the hospitality industry. And I've worked in every department, in housekeeping, in service, in food and beverage, in the front office, guest relations. I have worked as a telephone operator. That was very interesting at a 5-star hotel.
Okay.
And to be honest, I think I'm happy because I worked for what I studied for. Not many people get to do that.
A lot of people get to change.
Like Joanne was saying. But I worked in what I studied for, and I appreciate that. But to be honest, I don't really enjoy the employment life, the 9 to 5, because I do stand-up comedy. That's what I want to pursue. But for people who are actually okay with their 9 to 5s, I don't know, man. I think those are the main challenges that they go through: working environments or working conditions. Other people in the office.
The people in the office, man.
Sometimes it's not even the people on your level. Maybe it could even be administration. Administration sometimes is a problem. Why are you saying that like
Nah, I know, dog.
What has this guy been through?
Experience.
I've experienced this, man.
What happened? Man. Tell us about your experience.
Man.
Vent to us. It's a therapy session.
You see, what people don't know in the office is that you have your own life. They see you as this guy, you're dressed all professionally, right? You answer emails with yes, please, and thank you. You smile a lot. They don't know that you have your own life. And sometimes people just test you too much. Like in my last job, dog.
You were tested.
I was tested.
What happened?
Normally in the morning when you get to work, right? There's like a break room where everything is provided for, like tea, coffee, and etc. 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 We had this one woman that will always hide the milk. She would always hide the milk. I am telling you.
Why? For what?
No, because she was saying it's expensive, and I was like, "What? What do you mean it's expensive?"
Is she HR or something?
She's in the administration,
but she's not HR.
She's not HR. But it was so annoying because every time I was like, "Oh, it's expensive." I'm like, "What do you mean it's expensive?"
So she's hiding the milk and from the rest of the stuff.
From all of us.
So who is she keeping it for? For herself?
That's what I was gonna ask.
She's keeping it for herself, and like when we have like important clients, they show up.
She's the one buying it with her personal money.
No, and this is what pisses me off every time because we have to look for it every morning and then find it. Man, it's just.
I'll be like, "Are you buying with your own personal money?" No, then put it back.
But these are the people that you'll find at work. They don't care about how things are supposed to be going on. They'll just do whatever it is in their minds. And
this is why the Lord Jesus told me to not work a 9 to 5 because I would literally hit someone.
This is why the Lord Jesus did not work in Tanzania. He knew what would have happened.
People would have been hiding milk. from the Lord.
Imagine waking up in the morning, my guy.
The same one that turned wine water into wine. That would be getting milk from.
Imagine waking up in the morning. It's not even lights out, right? And you get on a bus to go to work, and then you get there. Then some lady has hid the milk.
At one point at Tamani, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna get to work and have coffee or put milk in it.
Oh man, and that's the one thing.
got me so
And that's the
pissed.
one thing you're looking forward to when you're going to work. It's the breakfast that will take an hour.
Yeah.
You know,
This guy's looking forward to breakfast.
yeah, man, the breakfast that takes an hour, dog. That hits.
So milk was an issue in your office.
Milk was an issue.
This woman was probably the last born.
Probably.
What you trying to say about lastborns?
Yeah, and she was one of those people who work in the office, and they always give you an update on what's going on with them without even asking. Like,
She
let's
was
say,
definitely a last born.
yeah.
That
Like let's
sounds
say
like
it's
something I would do.
like let's say it's 12, and then she goes, you know, like
Nigga, I didn't ask you.
like she's preparing the environment of her leaving, and I'm like, you don't need to tell me all these things.
Oh, this guy. Okay, so is this...
See, us born people relate because that sounds like something I would do. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
I have
Last-born.
a question. Is this the biggest incident in your employment life?
Man,
Is this
I've had worse.
what's the
man.
worst thing that's happened to you in your work experience?
I think I. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I just
Joe,
remembered.
just start.
So actually, I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I love telling the story, especially because we're talking about employment life in Tanzania. So this is even perfect. So I was working at my cousin's hotel. Actually, I worked in hospitality as well, for like a few months, and I was working there as I was in the bar. So not really a bar manager, but I was like the person behind the bar, waitress sort of thing. And also like / receptionist, because there, if you're in the bar, people are also receptionists because they don't have separate people for that. So this one day, so normally like when I first started, they told me like the rules, like you were supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do this, whatever, of like working at like in a hotel, because I'd never done it before. So then the rules was that you're not allowed to leave the bar unattended. The bar always has to have someone in it. So if it's like, let's say you're two of you and one person wants to go out, the one person has to be there. So you probably know that rule. Or I think you do. Anyways.
I mean, that's typical work procedure. Just don't leave your workstation.
Or not you personally, but there has to always be someone. So whether it's you or your coworker, there just has to be someone at the bar place. So I was like, okay, cool. So I followed that to this one day because the place did get people, but not like as much. So there are days where it's like completely quiet. So it's one day where it was quiet and my coworkers were like going out to walk around and whatnot. So I was like, I can't really leave the place. So I was chilling there. I'm like, it's fine because it's Wi-Fi and just use my phone. And all of a sudden, again, this is more government stuff and I hope they don't come after me. But all of a sudden these it was two men that came. One of them came in the bar and then the other one like went to the garden area. So they came in and they're just like properly. So I'm here thinking, okay, this is a normal customer. Comes and he's like, he just starts asking me questions. And he's like, oh, where are you from? What are you doing here or whatever? And so I get sort of interrogated. And it's just asking me personal questions. I'm like, why do you want to know? Turns out he was immigration. And so I'm here and I didn't know that at the time of getting asked questions. So I'm like kind of scared as well. Because I'm like, there's also people out there that this is how they steal your information. So I'm just like, should I tell him? Should I not? But anyway, so I told him, it's like, yeah, I'm like, this is my relative, like I'm from here. And then he also asked me, I think, where my dad's from. I was like, he's from Bukoba. And then he also asked me where in Bukoba. So thank God that time I knew the place in Bukoba that my family's from because I didn't know it for the longest time. So I told him that place and he was like, the funny thing is, he's like, oh, do you know this place in Bukoba or whatever? And I'm like, no, I don't. And then it's one of those things where people think you can't hear them, but when they try to speak under their breath. So he's like, Maya again, I knew this place in Bukoba. I'm like, bro, I didn't grow up in Bukoba.
It's just by name.
Exactly. I'm just there by blood because my dad's side of the family, and if your dad's side of the family is from a certain place, you're automatically from there. Anyway, so he's questioning me, blah, blah, and then he also asked me where, because I told him this street that the thing is, it's a family street, the top part of the hill, that's where my grandma lives and that's where our business sort of is, and then the bottom part is where my cousins and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, my grandma just lives like up there and whatnot. And then he was asking, it's the whole thing that during that time that I was told afterwards that they were looking for specifically Kenyans without permits that are working in Tanzania. So technically, they thought that I was Kenyan, and I'm like, here's the thing, I get told that a lot. But listen, no, it's one of those things. It's just funny because like the questions that they asked me and the way they're sort of interrogating me, I was honestly, if they had done that to me today, I would have acted totally different. I'd have been like, where are you going to deport me to? Please.
Okay, so this is the worst thing that's happened to you.
It's not like it's the worst, but it's also funny. It's just like it's unnecessary. This thing that
Interesting.
happened to me like in the employment life, I guess. But
Alright.
anyways, yeah.
All right. And your story is besides the milk.
Besides the milk, the worst thing that happened was early on in the same place that I was employed in. I got hated for like a week because of what I did to this lady.
What did you do? You found the milk.
No, it's not. No, I didn't find the milk.
You get the milk yourself from her.
No, but at the time, like, I had a supervisor. You know, at the time, I had a supervisor, and my supervisor and this woman were not getting along. So it got to the point whereby they were actually fighting. Like, it was about to get physical. I think I told you this, Amiss. It was about to get physical, and the guy was actually standing up from his
So it was a guy and a girl.
Yeah, the guy and a woman, actually. Yeah, because she has kids and everything. So this guy was actually about to stand up because the argument just started off petty things, right? Petty things. This guy just is actually about to stand up. Often in Maasai, you know. So I was like, hey, you know, I know how these guys are. They drink blood. So I just stood up and I was like, hey, man, see your freshie, see your nini, you know, like just to calm him down and everything. What I didn't know is that everyone was looking forward to this. Everyone in the office was looking forward to this. So me doing that was like, why did you umeingilia? I got bullied for like some time, man, and then hair and all that, you know. Just trying to make some poor woman go home. You know, this guy was going to kill her. So
So you got hated
I
because
got hated for like an entire because they thought I was aligned with her.
interrupted the fight when
interrupted
everyone
the
in the
fight.
office wanted a fight.
Yeah, and the worst thing is after that, everyone
That's
thought
what you
that
get for trying to be a good person.
it was bad for me, man, because now she was like trying to be very nice to me, and you know, people could see me and her hanging out. And I was like, no, it's not like that. You know, it's
Now she's bringing you milk.
no bada.
Okay, cool.
Like, here, you are worthy of this milk that I'm hiding.
Miss will have worse because he's
He's worked everywhere.
worked everywhere.
Worst experience? Nothing physical. I don't fight with people, but
He
I'd-
can't.
I'd
Because
say-
he would lose.
you never know. Skinny people.
We
We have resources. We
You'd be
have
surprised.
I think the worst, in my opinion, was something that happened recently because of the position that I have right now. Because I work as a sales executive, and I'm quite young for someone to have that position.
You actually are.
And
You
so
really are.
the thing that happened is, I felt it from the beginning when I had to start. You know, when you have to start giving orders to people who are older than you. And you can feel they're fighting the urge to not, like, they want to cooperate, but they're fighting the urge to not see you as a child, because basically you're the boss now, you're their senior. So I had that, I'd say maybe for like a week or two at some point early on, where I just got zero cooperation from the people in my office, well, not senior, but like junior people in my office, because to them it just doesn't make sense how someone younger, these are people with families and everything, how is someone younger than us, first of all, getting a job at that level, which means higher pay than us, and then also, you know, just telling us do this, do that. You know, I used to work in housekeeping, now I'm telling someone, hey, come clean my office, and it's not sitting well with this person. And I'm not even like saying it rudely, like they just at some point stopped cleaning my office for a week, and I'm like, hey, how come you guys are not cleaning my office? And they said, no one comes to your office, apachafuki. I'm like, yeah, but you don't need to wait for the office to be dirty for you to clean. You're supposed to pass here every day.
That's your job.
That's your job, right? And so there was that thing where I had faced, you know, that type of situation where now I need to start asserting my what do I say? Asserting my, I don't want to use the word dominance, but like you also have to show them that, hey, I'm here because I am capable of doing this job, and you guys need to play your part and I'll play my part.
That's one thing, like, sorry to interrupt you, but that's one thing in Tanzania that if you don't do that, people are not gonna, I guess the word is respect you.
People won't respect you. And it's not even just for someone like me in this situation because of my age. Like, generally, you could be the same age, you could be the same position, but people will show zero level of understanding and cooperation with you until you actually stand your ground. Every once in a while, you sort of have to show each other, hey, I'm as tough as you. We can do this the hard way, or we can play along, right? So that's what I faced, and that sucked because there's two ways it could have gone. I could have been the terrible young person who just says, you guys don't want to listen. I can
Just go to the boss.
I can go to the boss. I could say something nasty about you. Like, I could literally make you lose your job.
That's one thing they don't realize. Like, bro.
Like, I could literally just make you... And then I had to tell myself, hey, I can't approach this way. And so I had to find a way of communicating with them in a way that, makes it easier for them to work for me. Although I shouldn't. But you have to do that type of thing. You're going through the gate, through the securities is talking to you like they don't know who you are, and you're like, dog, you realize
I come here from Monday to Friday.
It's so weird, but that was terrible for me. Like, I understand they're older, they're going through life, they're probably getting underpaid and all that. I don't know, I'm not HR, but
and they probably have kids and you don't, and they're like, why is this person?
And I'm like, but hey man, just do your job and I'll do my job, right? So
like, you're not the one that...
And then all the work women are looking at this young guy that just got the new position.
Yeah.
Jamaa amekaa benchi hapo miaka mitatu, man. It's like,
so
I try to get this promotion and then there's this new kid.
And you get that type of hate where people are like, how is he coming in and he's new and he's getting paid more than us and all that? And you're like, we're not doing the same jobs, or on different levels, different qualifications, different everything. So that has been a thing that I've constantly had to try and overcome in my professional career. Just that level of, making sure that everyone respects what everyone is trying to do.
it's not easy though for a young person, man, because we face that a lot, especially now with people just not respecting the young people. That's just always going to be that way.
I generally understand people don't respect other people in anywhere. Like,
but I think what helped you was the fact that you've done so many different jobs.
Yeah,
so you had
probably.
The thing is,
I didn't even think of it like that.
Dude, a lot of
and
us,
they don't know either. Like, even those people that are like,
they don't know, but they can relate with him from that angle. Because he can come from a place where I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. But most of us don't really do a lot of shit. So it'll be straight from school and then that position.
Yeah.
So when that position comes in, they'll now be like, I'm not going to listen to this person. And worst part is when you're young, skinny, good looking and all these things like that.
You had to add good looking in there, didn't you?
Listen, and this is too.
Comment down below or whatever if you think Kamis is good looking.
I never speak to listeners like one-on-one, but guys, listen, if you're young and you're good looking, you're going to have problems in the workspace. It's always going to be the issue. Whether you're a guy or you're a woman, you're going to have problems in the workspace.
Now that I know, if I have problems in the workspace, it's because I'm pretty.
And you know what problems you're going to have? You're going to have problems with other women.
That's actually true.
Yeah, you're going to have problems with them because they're going to be like, why is Joe here with her see-through glasses? Walking around with her heels and all that, But mimi ananiambia nivae kitenge, I don't know, stuff like that.
If you ever go look for a 9 to 5, make sure you look as rough as you can.
Yeah, because those women will eat you up. Like women who work at a bank, women who work at an insurance place. What else? Which ones are the savages as well?
I don't know.
You got lawyers too, man. Hey, Joe,
I don't know.
Joe, let me tell you something about lawyers.
I have friends who are lawyers, so
they'll tell you themselves.
Oh, it's interesting. But what can we say are some of the pros and cons, apart from the hardships that we faced
The people you meet, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I get mixed up with the pros and cons. So which is, pros is a good thing.
Advantages.
Right? Advantage.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of having a...
The people you meet, man. Like, there are people you... And I don't know if it's because of the struggle. I don't know if it's because of the struggle that makes you bond with them even harder. But when you're in that situation where it's tough, let's say it was because I've done sales and marketing, so a lot of the times, let's say you'll have to go, let's say, to a different place and then post up, have everything situated there, and then for the entire day you'll be working in a different location outside of the office. So it can be really tiresome at some point because you go with people there, you go with staff members, drivers, and all that, people who set up the thing and help you. After the entire day, because everyone's going to complain, everyone's going to ask you, oh, overtime, questions like that. But after that entire experience, you guys kind of like bond a little more and you know each other a little more. And it's just now, it's dope, the people you meet. And like I said, even before the show started, I wanted to give you an example of this. I'll never forget this lady in my entire life. She used to help serve tea, and sometimes she'd be cleaning the windows. And there was a day I was getting like a talking to from my boss. Imagine you getting a talking to from your boss, like you didn't do something or the deadline was late or whatever. And this woman was outside cleaning the windows. She was listening to a conversation. She was just cleaning the windows. And after my boss was done, she was mad. She just got up and left. And she just went, kazi endele, kaka kazi endele.
It's like, bro,
I was just like,
I hear ya. I feel it.
And these are the people you meet, man. These people, they just have like, they're just beautiful people. They're just beautiful, fun people to be around. And that's the biggest pro that I've gotten from working in this 3 years.
For me, the advantage, to keep it short and then just one of it, is the experience. Because I'm not 9 to 5 fully employed, but I do work. You guys, I do work, even if it's not 9 to 5. And for me, it's just the experience, like getting to have like do different things, basically. Because again, I'm the type of person that loves doing different things. Like if it's something that I've never done before, I like going out of my comfort zone and doing it. So just having the experience and be like, okay, I can actually do this. Like to see what you're basically capable of is what my advantage of working and being employed is.
All right.
And how about you, Mr. Sales Executive?
Those two are pretty much the biggest ones. I'd say those two sum it up. The experience that you gain, whether it's negative or positive, it's experience, and that's going to help you one day in the future. And the people, always, we go through life, we meet people, and we die with these people, right? So those two, I believe, are the biggest ones. And in my experience, I would say the advantage is definitely the salary. I mean, you guys are here talking about people and experience.
I could have mentioned salary,
like,
but I just didn't want to.
Look at these people trying to sound profound. I'm like, where's the money?
I was gonna say that, but I was like, nah, let me keep it.
No, you guys are right though. The experience, the people, the money. At the end of the day,
That's
we're
true.
working for
money. Like we're not working for anything else but the money.
Yeah. So, shout out to anyone that is hustling, grinding, working at 9 to 5. If you're not happy in your job, quit. Just quit your job and do what you.
No,
love.
like actually, like quit and do what you love.
Do
like
what you
coming
love,
from
man.
someone who's trying to build a brand.
Yeah.
Hey, don't listen to us. Hey.
No.
Don't quit that job, guys.
No, like you actually should do what you love. It's gonna.
I'm the only one around these 3 people who's currently unemployed, guys. Hey, don't quit that job.
You're going to work on Monday.
No.
I'm technically unemployed
guy
because I don't
literally-
have a monthly salary.
I haven't signed anything yet.
But you are going for work on Monday.
I haven't signed anything yet.
He got a new job.
Long story short, that's a whole different episode. Forget these
Yeah.
people.
Guys, listen.
But long story short, shush. Because this is going to go on a long time. If you're working 9 to 5 and you don't like it, I advise you to quit and do what you love. It might be hard in the beginning, but it's going to be worth it in the end, I promise.
Yeah.
But if you love your 9 to 5 job, continue doing it.
Amen.
And yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening.
Yo, make that work. Make that work-life dating thing work. If there's someone you're dating at work, make it work, man. Don't quit that job. I'm telling you.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. This
Dog,
is
I know, man.
another episode.
You guys, Farid is too. He's not gonna let go of this.
I know, dog.
Anyhow, have a lovely week.
Shasao.
Take care. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.